Welcome to the Organized for Love podcast, where we are here to transform the way that you feel in your home. So, what happens when you walk through your front door, how you think about your home, the private thoughts that you have when you look at your space, when you wake up in the morning, when you're on your way home, and just the way that you experience home. So, how you celebrate birthdays, how you host, how you have family gatherings. That's what we're here to do at the Organized for Love podcast, to just transform your home within and then your home on the outside. So, welcome. This podcast is for you if you are ready to build strong foundations and systems in your home that you can follow consistently every month. If you want to break generational patterns and just go away with things that you've seen growing up, and you're ready to show the little ones in your life that things could be better and done differently, or if you're just ready to create order for yourself and for your kids in your household, this podcast is for you. And I'm gonna be sharing my trash method, which you could apply to any room in your home, but we're gonna talk about the bedroom. And the reason we're talking about the bedroom is I'm finding something different. So every fall for the last 6 years that I've had my home organizing business, Organized for Love, around August, early September, people reach out to me wanting help to organize their living rooms and their kitchens. And so I'm finding recently this year, people are asking for help with their bedrooms. And I don't remember the organizer who said it, but it lives rent-free in my head. She said that she thinks people, specifically women, focus on organizing their living rooms and their kitchens because those are the common areas. And if they're going to hire a pro organizer or organize, they're going to do it for the household so everyone can benefit, and they're going to prioritize that. Versus now, what she's saying, what I'm seeing is folks wanting to organize their bedroom as a form of self-care, as a way to prioritize doing something for themselves rather than doing something for the household. So I thought that was super interesting. And that's why we're talking about the bedroom. And again, you can apply this to any room, but if you are just struggling with your bedroom, the trash method is for you, and this podcast is for you. So before getting into trash method, I want to help you prepare to declutter. So no matter where your space is clutter-wise, I want you to think about how to set yourself up for success by scheduling your decluttering sessions. So I created these 2 scheduling options that I share in my membership program with my members in Abode, and I think it's just super genius and super quick. All right, so the first option is called the 90s Sitcom. And so this is for you, like, if you don't really have a lot of time, if you're overwhelmed, if you're like you're just strapped for time. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put on your calendar, you're gonna schedule 2 30-minute blocks. So no matter where the 30-minute blocks are, it doesn't matter, but you're gonna put 30 minutes to declutter at one point in the day, and then another 30 minutes to declutter at another point in the day. And so the idea is like, remember when 90s sitcoms we only got 30 minutes and then we had to wait for the next episode. So the idea is like you get what you need quick, boom, boom, it's done. But the difference now, especially if you've done this before, the difference now is within that 30 minutes, you're going to have a specific process and a plan. So that is going to make all the difference, rather than 30 minutes of just like, trying to figure out, 30 minutes of like focused, direct instructions I'm gonna give you. Okay, so the second scheduling option is called the Netflix Special. And so this is if you have a little bit more time on your hand, maybe your kids went back to school, or maybe you're in between jobs, you just have a little bit more time. You are going to put on your calendar, you're going to schedule 2 1-hour time blocks. So the first hour is when you're going to set just to work on the space, and then you can set the second hour any point in the day. It doesn't matter. So the idea is, we living in a different time now. Like, we can literally sit and watch Netflix for as long until they say, "Are you still watching?" Super rude, by the way. So the difference, the key difference with this is like you have more focused time, and you can dedicate a little bit more energy to working on your bedroom. So you choose the 90 sitcom Special, which is 2 30-minute time blocks, or the Netflix Special, which is 2 1-hour time blocks. No matter what you pick, it doesn't matter. It's just about doing what works for you and just having that focused energy, okay? Now, another tidbit, if you want to really focus and, have a little more fun with this, you can put on a music playlist that is the exact time you need to declutter. So I actually have a music library of playlists specifically to help you declutter. So you can have a playlist, you can play a playlist that's 30 minutes or play a playlist that's an hour or 2 hours. I have a bunch of different playlists for that on Spotify and on Apple Music. So anytime I'm decluttering, especially if it's a severely cluttered space or if it's moderately severely cluttered, regardless, you're gonna need some supplies. So you wanna have some storage bins, preferably clear, so you can be able to see what you're organizing. You want to have a permanent marker, sticky notes, and then scented white trash bags. Scented is optional, but definitely make sure they're white so you can write on the bags. And then you will want to have, I think that's everything. So yeah, storage bins, those medium to large plastic storage bins, permanent marker, sticky notes, and then white scented trash bags. All right, so the reason you're gonna need storage bins to put different things in, whether you're keeping them for yourself or you're sending them off to donations. Sticky notes, we're gonna write different sections, different categories. So you wanna be able to use the sticky notes to either write on the sticky note and place it on the bins, or write on the sticky note and place it on your walls. Permanent marker, so you can also write on the sticky notes and write on your trash bag. So if say you're donating to like a church, you want to be able to like write St. Mary's on the trash bag. And if you have a lot of trash in your room that you need to pick up, you want to write trash on those bags to distinguish between the trash bags and the donation bags. True story, I had a client, we actually threw out, and we weren't using white bags, we were using black bags. Our mistake, but we needed really, really big bags, and we accidentally threw away my client's shoes. I'm like not making this up. Like, they had so many pairs of shoes, and one of the black trash bags was of their partner's sneakers, and we accidentally threw away a bag of sneakers. I wish I was making this up. So we don't want to do that. We want to be able to throw away trash, and then the stuff that's not trash, keep that. Okay, now we're really, really ready for the trash method. So the trash method follows this concept of like, when you go into a room and you're like trying to remember what you went into the room for, and like you're going this way, you're going that way, you're just walking all over the room trying to figure out what you came to the room for and you just can't remember. So I want you to think of that scenario and imagine you're standing at the door or the entranceway of your bedroom, right? What you're gonna do is the wall to your right, the wall to your left, this is gonna be your trash wall. So trash is garbage, things that are broken, things that cannot be fixed, things you need to throw away, wrappers, paper towels, all that good stuff, trash. You're gonna go around your room, collect trash. That's the easiest thing to collect when you're decluttering a room. It's what I do, especially when I feel overwhelmed in the space that I'm helping a client with, which does happen. It's like trash, because that's easy. You can identify that easily, and you'd be so surprised how quickly you're going to like clean up the space just by picking up the trash. So this first wall to your left, if you're standing at the entrance of the bedroom door, the left, this is your trash wall. You're going to put all the trash on this wall. Now, the reason why we're putting it on this wall, where we're placing our things is intentional. So put it where we're saying to put it. Every time you walk past the room, you're going to grab a trash bag. Every time you leave the room, you're gonna grab a trash bag, because you're slowly cleaning the room, especially if you're in a space that is overwhelming. You want to just clear out the space in an efficient way. So take a trash bag, continue to collect trash, but take the trash bags as you walk by, as you're leaving the space, because trash does not belong in the bedroom, right? We came in the bedroom for something and it's not trash, so that gets to go. All right, so the second thing in the trash method. On the right, I swear I know my left from right. On the right side of the wall, you're gonna put recycle. So these are things that need special disposal. So like, say you have a bunch of like sheets that you want to get rid of that don't necessarily go in the trash. Sheets you would bring to like a textile facility, or maybe you donate to an animal shelter. Recycle are things that you need to do something, you need to throw it out, but they need to get thrown out in a very like specific way. So maybe recycle doesn't go out on the same day as trash. So that's the recycle wall. This is also like furniture that needs to go out that is trash, but it just needs to get recycled in a specific way. So on the right side of the bedroom entrance, this side is going to be all recycle. You're going to put all recycle. And when you are going into the room, you want to make sure that you're also taking recycle out. So say you're doing this for a week and recycle day is Tuesday, you already have recycle ready to be taken out. Or if you need help decluttering your space, you can easily tell someone, hey, I have a dresser. Can you put it out on the curb for me? I'm not home. I want to make sure the garbage man pick it up. So this also helps you get help from other people because you have specific directions and you've already put the recycle label on the wall and it's right by the door. So it's a little easy. They don't have to rummage through the space. All right. We didn't come in the room. Remember, we didn't come in the room for recycle. Recycle's going out of the room. Okay. Now we're going deeper into the room. We're still looking for what we're looking for on this wall. So like say we're at the entrance, we got trash, we got recycle. Then this wall is going to be the award wall, also known as donations. So I think sometimes I see folks get tripped up about giving things away that maybe they spent a lot of money on. Maybe you can't sell it because it's just, you're not going to get any value for it, but it means something to you and you just want to give it a little special handling, right? So think of things that you're donating as some things that you're awarding. So receiving this, something that you gave someone, them receiving it is going to feel like an award. It's going to feel like, wow, I can't believe someone gave this away. I feel like when you shift your mindset to like, I'm donating, but I'm awarding something to someone, you're able to feel a little better about giving something away that has a little more sentimental value, but you know you don't need, you know you can't sell it, you know you don't need, you know you don't use it anymore, but you know that you're giving it to a home, to someone who's gonna like really appreciate it because it's just gonna be so happy to receive it. It's gonna feel like an award. So awards, things you're awarding are gonna go on this wall. Now, we still did not come into this room for things we're awarding. So you wanna make sure that you schedule a donation pickup, or you kind of time block how you're gonna go to work and maybe drop off donations. So all the donations, all things that you're awarding to someone is all in one place. So you can pick those bags up, those boxes up, and you can take them out the space because we did not come in here for awards or donations. So so we have trash, recycle, award, and then on this wall we have sell. So things that you can sell and get value for. Very key because, you know, we have a lot of things that we spent a lot of money on that we would like to get our money back for it. But at the end of the day, sometimes that's just not possible. Sometimes it's like, it's been too many years and just the way Facebook market and Poshmark, like it's so many things being sold. Sometimes it's like, girl, you're not gonna get money for the Louis bag. I'm sorry. You're not gonna get money for it, and that's okay. And there's a lot of things that you can get money for. Sometimes getting $30, $40 for, you know, a little nightstand that you got 5 years ago, like sometimes it's worth it, you know, because if somebody walked up to you on the street and said, hey, here's $30, you would take it. So you have to weigh your pros and cons, but on this wall, you're gonna put all things that you can get value for. You gotta be honest with yourself and give yourself 2 weeks for it to sell. So once you actually post these items online, or send them to folks, or if you're going to do a garage sale, give them 2 weeks to sell, because Facebook Market, like, it doesn't take that long. Like, if you don't sell within 2 weeks, it's probably not going to get sold. So we didn't come into this room for things that we need to sell, right? The last part of the trash method, so we have trash, we have recycle, we have award, we have sell. And so in the wall directly in front of you, that is the honor wall. These are things that you're going to keep. These are things that you put on a pedestal, things that you need, use, love. What I want us all to start shifting when it comes to our belongings is stop being lukewarm about your belongings. Like, stop being like, I think, I wish, I like. No, these are things that you love, or things that you use, or things that you need, right? Like, you don't have to be like, oh my God, I absolutely love these plates. But like, if you use them and you need them, stand on business about like what you have, and like take ownership and like the things that you're keeping in your space, and not being like kind of, sort of, maybe. So we finally are getting to a place, we finally got to a place where we remember what we came into the room for. And those are things that we are going to honor, things we're going to keep. Excuse me, I'm so excited. And these are things that can stay in the bedroom. These are things that we did come for, and they can stay. Everything got to go, but the things that we're going to honor are going to stay. Now, these items are you're intentionally going to place them in the wall in front of you. So every time you walk past your bedroom door, you're going to see all the items that you're keeping, all the items that you decided, these are the things that I'm going to honor in my life, in my home, in my bedroom. And so what that means is you're going to consistently have to face what you're keeping. And sometimes there's things that you decide to keep that's like, actually, I don't want to keep this. Actually, like, when I see this and I walk past the room, this is not like provoking like a feeling. This is not provoking like a positive feeling, like I'm not feeling good about this. And so you're able, as you go through the process, you're able to see and face what you're keeping in a real way, and it's separated from everything else. So that is the trash method. This is something that I made. It's kind of developed and evolved over time. But I love using it like in client spaces when I'm overwhelmed. And this is one of the exercises that I share. I've shared online on Instagram, but it's one of the exercises that's in my membership program and in my home organizer workbook. So one of the many exercises. So some of the psychological and physical impacts of clutter in the bedroom specifically is in the morning when you are trying to get ready. Trying to get ready is more stressful and more anxiety inducing when there are clothes and shoes scattered on your bed and on your floor. This also elongates your morning time routine, because now you have to think about the things that you need to do even though you're not doing it. So you have to think about where these clothes have to go back, where these shoes have to go back, how to organize it while you're trying to get ready. So you're kind of adding additional labor to your mental load just from the things that you're just from seeing everything that you need to organize. Your mental wheels are always spinning because you're constantly thinking about what needs to go back, what needs to get decluttered, things that you're not currently addressing. So like the things that are covered on the floor, the clothes that are covered on the bed, like you're thinking about that in the back of your mind while also having to think about, what am I wearing today? Catching the train, or like what time you have to leave. You think about traffic. So you're in a constant mental loop of what you have to do. When it comes to winding down at the end of the day, because your seating, whatever seating you have in your space, in your bedroom, whether it's like a lounge chair, a bench, or even your bed, because things are sitting in those spaces that don't necessarily live there because they don't have a home, now the concept of relaxing is not an option, right? The whole idea of unwinding feels like an impossible thing to be able to grasp, or it feels like out of reach because you can't even, like, sitting down is just physically not possible, or trying to sit down feels like a whole other task because you have all of these things that have no home, or having to create a home for them just feels overwhelming and stressful. And then the last thing is really the decision fatigue that you go through because you have to figure out what you need to wear when in fact you have so many things to wear and it still feels like you have nothing to wear. This is exhausting. Like, I mean, this is probably like the most exhausting thing to have to deal when it comes to like a cluttered bedroom. Like, you have all of these options and yet making a choice is still overwhelming. Like, you have all of these jeans and yet picking a pair of jeans is like stressful. Like, that's not how your day should start. That's not how life should be. And just another side note, I feel like we don't pay enough attention to, like, we have too many options. Like, and you know, we could blame overconsumption, we can blame capitalism, we could blame so many things, but we have to really take back our power and say, I don't actually need all of these options, because at the end of the day, having all these options is actually impacting my ability to make a decision. So fewer options, less things, and it's a journey, right? Like, no matter where you're starting, you can get there. And like, you don't have to like stress yourself trying to get there now. Work your way to having less items, and we're gonna get there. So what you can expect as you move through this process, as you apply the trash method to your bedroom, you're gonna start to feel lighter in your spirit. You're gonna start to feel lighter in your body. Like, you're physically going to feel your shoulders relax. You're gonna feel your body just come down, because you'll be able to visually see your space get clearer and clearer, and just having the direction and the clarity of like what you're working on next, why you're working on things, where you're putting things, and why you're putting that there. Like, the intentionality, having a plan, having a process, and being like clear is going to make you feel confident, and that confidence is going to make you feel like lighter, and you're going to trust yourself more, because you know, feeling overwhelmed and not knowing what to do, it makes you, it brings you down. It's kind of a downer, because you're like, I am so overwhelmed, I don't know where to start. And even I have started decluttering, I just feel like I keep ending up back here. So I hope this was helpful. Apply the trash method to your bedroom. You could apply it to your living room, and you could apply it to your kitchen. Let me know if this was helpful. And I have a supplemental or complimentary, I don't know, what am I trying to say? I have a blog post to go with this podcast. And so in the blog post, I have some other resources as well. Like, in the blog post, I linked another blog about just a list of places for you to donate all the things that you want to award folks. So check out that blog post. I'm going to link that in the podcast description. And thank you for listening to the Organized for Love podcast. Until next time, homebody.